Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode from Your Own Pathway. For those who don't know me, my name is Poiab. I am a trained psychotherapist turned empowerment life coach and organizational consultant. And I am also a content creator. So I am bringing my experience as a psychotherapist to empower all of you to forge your own path and to own it. So, speaking of forging your own path and owning it, there are lots of things that you are going to have to make when you decide to forge your own path and to own it. And some of these are going to be easy and some of them are going to be hella hard. And that's why I'm here to guide you on all these areas of your life here. Now, I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do, but this is like a blueprint of what things to consider when you are ready to make this decision. And I think one of the hardest things for any of us, and for me too, that I had to decide was who to let go and who to continue on with, and who to allow to be around me as I forge my own path. And so I know that we've all been taught to never burn bridges because you never know when you're going to need them. You never know when you're going to need that ex boss. You never know when you're going to need that friend. You never know when this, never know that. And so we do things that sometimes that are not good for us, the sacrifice of our own well-being just to keep those connections that we know that were toxic and unhealthy for us. And today's episode is actually about, you know what? Screw that. Burn that bridge. Burn that damn bridge because you know it is a bridge that you'll never cross again. And so today's episode is all about the power of burning bridges. And before I go on, I just want to say that this episode is not about revenge, being petty, and burning everything because you don't like it. And it's actually more about letting go of situations, people, scenarios that you know that cause you so much pain that you're like, I know I will never cross that bridge again, and I'm going to burn it because I know better. So that is what this episode is all about today. So it's not about being petty. I mean, if you want to be petty, be petty. You know, sometimes we sometimes we do things out of pettiness because you're like, yeah, you know what? I know I'll never go back to that person. I'll never do that again. I will never go back to that job because it was a piece of shit. So, you know what? If you want to be petty too, but doesn't mean that you always have to be petty and doesn't mean that you always have to have a chip on your shoulder. So, without further ado, let's get right into it when it is appropriate to burn that bridge. So, let's be honest. Not every connection is worth keeping. Some people, some spaces, and some dynamics are quite frankly toxic, one sided, are rooted in the old versions of you, and could be emotionally or spiritually draining. And trying to keep those bridges intact only delays your healing. I'll say it again, trying to keep those bridges intact only delays your healing. If a connection keeps pulling you backwards, letting go is a progress, not pettiness. So, again, not every connection is worth keeping. That's number one. Number two, closure isn't always gentle. Sometimes it's final, and burning that bridge can mean saying the hard truth, leaving without an explanation, not giving them access again, and choosing peace over polite. And that's okay. That is okay because you're not obligated to be graceful when people are careless with you. Some doors need to be closed loudly so that you don't reopen them later out of guilt. And in my own journey of forging my own path, I've had to let go of relationships that I knew I outgrew, and I think other people wanted closure, and me, I didn't need closure because if that person really wanted to, they would have earlier and they chose not to. And sometimes you do your grieving and you're done grieving and you moved on. And when they come back again, you don't owe them anything. And that bridge was burned for a damn reason. So that's number 2. Closure isn't always gentle because sometimes it's final. Number 3, burning a bridge can be a bold act of self trust. What you're saying when you burn that bridge is you're basically saying, I trust myself to walk a new path. I don't need to stay connected for pain for the sake of history. And I deserve to evolve, even if it means letting go completely. The truth is, not everyone is meant to walk with you in your next book. Notice I said book and not chapter. I think we knew so much a chapter. I say book because for me, a chapter means that you can easily turn back and reread that. For me, a book is like, nope, we are finished. We are done. I put you back and you belong on my dusty shelf. So I say book. I don't say chapters because chapters can easily be read. Books are final. And when you burn that bridge, it is damn final. I'm not crossing that bridge because that bridge is no longer there. So, not everyone is meant to walk with you on your next book. Remember that. Remember that. Number 4, burning that bridge lights the way forward. Sometimes we're so afraid to move forward because we've left escape routes behind. And when you finally have the courage to burn that bridge, what it does is it removes the safety net of the past and it forces you to expand. This will also force you to build new relationships. This will also help you finally step into your true alignment. And most importantly, you will finally take yourself seriously. Sometimes we keep those bridges because we're not ready to take ourselves seriously. And when you burn that bridge, you know that it's all on you. And that could be scary and also exhilarating. So you can't fly if you keep giving yourself permission to turn back. And when you burn that bridge, you know there's no turning back and there's only moving forward. So that is number 4. Number 5, not all endings are meant to be peaceful. Some are meant to be freaking powerful. And what this means is that burning a bridge isn't about revenge. I talked about this earlier. It's not about revenge. It's not about pettiness. I mean, if you want to be petty, go ahead, but that's not the intent. That's not the whole intent. What I should say, that's not the whole intent is to be petty or about revenge. It's about freaking releasing. It's about allowing yourself to be released. And again, it's how you say this. Like when I said no more chapters, I talked about books. This book is closed and I'm not available for what I've already healed from. When you close that book, it's saying, I'm healed. I'm not going back. Burning that bridge or burning a bridge can lead to a healthier, more fulfilling life. And it's about recognizing when certain connections are holding you back and taking control of your own happiness. It's not always easy, but it's necessary. Burning that bridge is hard and It's going to be painful, but it's often necessary. And so, my final words about this subject is some bridges were never meant to be crossed twice. You burn it with love, you walk away with the peace, you walk away with trust in yourself, and you clear that fire. That fire is there for you to clear, for your path to be cleared. And so, again, I know that we were taught, especially as older millennials, that, oh, never burn the bridge. You never know when you're going to need this. You never know when you're going to need that. And you burn the bridge because you're like, damn, I will never go back to that bridge. Trust me, that bridge can burn for all I care. Because I know it is something that I will never go back to because I heal from this. I am moving forward. I don't look back. So, before you decide to burn a bridge, really consider what I discussed today. And if you are confident in yourself, you believe, you know yourself, and you know that there are certain connections, situations, dynamics, whatever that you will never ever accept again, burn that bridge. It is okay to burn that bridge. And you know what? Cross that bridge safely. Burn that bridge, move forward, cross whatever bridge that you need to do it, and you got this. So, I know today was kind of a short episode, and I wanted to keep it short because I've actually been thinking a lot about this again. Because as I forged my own path, I realized, holy shit, I've had to burn quite a few bridges of late, and I don't have any guilt about that. And even if I have guilt about this, that is my guilt to deal with, not anybody else's guilt to deal with. So, this is all about the power burning bridges. If you are ready to take back your power, and if you are ready to move forward, forge your own path, own it, oftentimes that means burning certain bridges because you know that in your new book, you will never go back to the previous book. So that is all I have for today. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and subscribe button. For any of you who have burned bridges, put in the comments what you did, how you felt, and any feedback or recommendations for anyone who may be going through this, and really determining and thinking about what I need to do to forge my own path. And again, forging your own path, it's never easy. It's making the hard decisions and deciding who gets to walk with you, be with you in that new book, and be with you in that new path or new bridge. So that is all I have for you all today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and I will see you all next time. So take care.